Question 8100. Select the alternative which best describes the function of the flute section of a twist drill. Answer: forms the cutting edge of the drill port. Question 8101. How many MS20470 AD-4-6 rivets will be required to attach a 10-inch by 5-inch plate using a single row of rivets, minimum edge distance, and 4D spacing? Answer: 56. Question 8104. What should be the included angle of a twist drill for soft metals? Answer: 90 degrees. Question 8105. When comparing the machining techniques for stainless steel sheet metal material to those for aluminum alloy sheet, it is normally considered good practice to drill the stainless steel at a... Answer: lower speed with more pressure applied to the drill. Question 8106. A single lap sheet splice is to be used to repair a section of damaged aluminum skin. If a double row of 1/8 inch rivets is used, the minimum allowable overlap will be... Answer: 13/16 inch. Question 8106-1. What is the minimum edge distance allowed for aluminum alloy single lap sheet splices containing a single row of rivets as compared to a joint with multiple rows, all rivets being equal in diameter? Answer: the minimum edge distance for the single row is equal to that for the multiple row. 8109. When drilling stainless steel, the drill used should have an included angle of... Answer: 140 degrees and a turn at a low speed. Question 8122. What should be the included angle of a twist drill for hard metal? Answer: 118 degrees. 118 degrees. Question 8126. Rivet gauge or transverse pitch is the distance between the... Answer: centers of rivets in adjacent rows. Centers of rivets in adjacent rows. Question 8127. Rivet pitch is the distance between the... Answer: centers of adjacent rivets in the same row. Question 8128. Refer to Figure 2. Select the preferred drawing for proper countersinking. Answer: 1. Question 8129. What is indicated by the black, smoky residue steaming back from some of the rivets on an aircraft? Answer: fretting corrosion is occurring between the rivets and the skin. Question 8130. The identifying marks on the heads of aluminum alloy rivets indicate the answer. Specific alloy used in the manufacture of the rivets. Question 8131. When a MS20470D rivet is installed, its full shear strength is obtained. Answer: only after a period of age hardening. Question 8134. Under certain conditions, Type A rivets are not used because of their answer: low strength characteristics. Question 8135. A rivet set used to drive MS20470 rivets should answer: have a slightly greater radius than the rivet head. Question 8137. The dimensions of an MS20430AD-4-8 rivet are 1/8 inch in diameter and 1/2 inch long. Question 8138-1. Which part of 2017-T36 aluminum alloy indicates the temper designation? Answer: T36. Question 8140. A sheet metal repair is to be made using two pieces of 0.040 inch aluminum riveted together. All rivet holes are drilled for 3 32-inch rivets. The length of the rivets to be used will be 1/4 inch. Question 8141. Most rivets used in aircraft construction have answer: dimples. Question 8142. MS20 426 AD-6-5 indicates a countersunk rivet which has answer: an overall length of 15/6. Answer: Question 8142. MS 2042-6 AD-6-5 indicates a countersunk rivet which has an overall length of 5/16 of an inch. Question 8144. Refer to Figure 3. Question 8145. Which rivets should be selected to join two sheets of 0.032 inch aluminum? Answer: MS 2047 0 AD-4-4. Question 8146. A sheet metal repair is to be made using two pieces of 0.0625 inch aluminum riveted together. All rivet holes are drilled for 1/8 inch rivets. The length of the rivets to be used will be answer: 5/16 of an inch. Question 8147. Mild steel rivets are used for riveting. Answer: steel parts. Question 8149. When riveting dissimilar metals together, what precautions must be taken to prevent an electrolyte action? Answer. Place a protective separator between areas of potential electrical difference. 8150. The length of a rivet to be used to join a sheet of 0.032 inch and 0.064 inch aluminum alloy should be equal to, answer, 1 1/2 times the rivet diameter plus 0.96 inch. Question 8154. Which rivet is used for riveting magnesium alloy structures? Answer. 5056 aluminum. Question 8155. Which rivet is used for riveting nickel-steel alloys? Answer. Monel. Question 8156. The length of rivet to be chosen when making a structural repair that involves the joining of 0.032 inch and 0.064 inch aluminum sheet drilled with a number 30 drill is? Answer. 5/16 of an inch, or 5-16 inch. Question 8157. Refer to Figure 4. Question 8158. Refer to Figure 4. 8159. Refer to Figure 5. Question 8162. A piece of flat stock that is to be bent to a closed angle of 15 degrees must be bent through an angle of? Answer. 165 degrees. Question 8163. When a piece of aluminum alloy is to be bent using a minimum radius for the type of thickness of the material? Answer. The layout should be made so the bend will be 90 degrees to the grain of the sheet. Question 8164. The flat layout or blank length of a piece of metal from which a sample L-shaped bracket 3 inches by 1 inch is to be bent depends upon the radius of the desired bend. The bracket, which will require the greatest amount of material, is one which has a bend radius of? Answer. 1/8 inch. Question 8165. If it is necessary to compute a bend allowance problem and bend allowance tabs are not available, the neutral axis of the bend can be? Answer. Found by adding approximately 1/2 of the stock thickness to the bend radius. If it is necessary to compute a bend allowance problem and bend allowance tablets are not available, the neutral axis of the bend can be found by adding approximately 1/2 of the stock thickness to the bend radius. 8166. Unless otherwise specified, the radius of the bend is the? Answer. Inside radius of the metal being formed. Question 8167. The sharpest bend that can be placed in a piece of metal without critically weakening the part is called the? B. Question 8167. The sharpest bend that can be placed in a piece of metal without critically weakening the part is called the answer, minimum radius of bend. 8169. A piece of sheet metal is bent to a certain radius. The curvature of the bend is referred to as the answer, bend radius. 8172. When bending metal, the material on the outside of the curve stretches while the material on the inside of the curve compresses. That part of the material which is not affected by either stress is the answer, neutral line. 8177. On a sheet metal fitting layout with a single bend, allow for stretching by answer, subtracting the setback from both legs. 8043. Alloy 2117 rivets are heat treated. Answer, by the manufacturer and do not require heat treatment before being driven. 8133. What is the purpose of refrigerating 2017 and 2024 aluminum alloy rivets after heat treatment? Answer, to retard age hardening. Question 8136. Heat-treated rivets in the D and double D series that are not driven with the prescribed time after heat treatment or removal from refrigeration. Answer, must be reheat treated before use. Question 8143. Which rivet may be used as received without further treatment? Answer, 2117-T3. 8148. A double D rivet is heat treated before use to answer, soften to facilitate riveting. 8178. The aluminum alloys used in aircraft construction are usually hardened by which method? Answer, heat treatment. 8041. A well-designed rivet joint will subject the rivets to answer, shear loads. 8108. What is the minimum edge distance for aircraft rivets? Answer, 2 times the diameter of the rivet shank. 8110. What is the maximum spacing for a single row of aircraft rivets? Answer, 3 times the diameter of the rivet shank. 8121. The factor which determines the minimum space between the rivets is answer, diameter of the rivets being used. 8132. Which of the following need not be considered when determining minimum rivet spacing? Answer, rivet length. Question 8160. Refer to Figure 5. Question 8168. The most important factors needed to make a flat pattern layout are answer, radius, thickness, and degree of bend. 8173. Refer to Figure 6. 8174. Refer to Figure 6. 8176. Refer to Figure 7. 9034. Which of the following statements is true regarding replacement rivets? Answer, the new edge distance of larger replacement rivets must not be less than the minimums.